One of the things I really struggled with on my own painting journey was learning how to consistently finish my work. For the longest time, I didn't know how to find the right balance between intuition and composition. You've probably been there yourself. You know, it's like you're just supposed to know how to pull this strong composition together. Sometimes you might even be deep in the flow and painting from this really intuitive place, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just hit a wall and you feel stuck. I've been there so many times that I just quit counting them after a while. So, in the beginning of my journey, I was quite lazy when it came to the learning part of painting. It was like such a big step for me to take. And I also felt like I could build the composition from intuition, no problems, right? And to be totally honest, sometimes that really worked out well. But when it didn't, I thought I was a failure and that I lacked talent. I guess that's when I realized that I had to sit down and take time to learn whatever it was I needed to learn so that I could build those strong compositions time and time again. So if this is something you're struggling with, I want you to know that practice and dedicating time to learning about composition and all the things is what is going to turn everything around for you, just as it did for me. And I'm going to be totally honest here. In the beginning, trying to think about composition while you're actually painting can feel incredibly clunky. It pulls you right out of the flow and it makes you feel like you're failing big time. But here's the cool part. The more you lean into it, the more you play with it, the more intuitive it actually becomes. And after a while, all of the things that you've learned just become part of who you are. And you even start building your process around it. So back then, my process was painting intuitively. Today, that is the beginning of my process. Seriously, I just paint with no expectations at all, just have fun with my materials, try to get some movement onto the canvas, and express whatever emotion is stirring inside me. But then, at a certain point, I always pause. I physically step back from the painting, I take a deep breath, and I'll ask myself, what do I want this painting to feel like? What's actually working that's on the canvas already? And what might need to, shift just a little bit to get where I want to go? So my process usually has 4 stages that I move through, even if they don't always happen in a perfect, neat order. This is something that I talk a lot about in my signature course, and it doesn't look the same for everybody, but here is my process. So sometimes it'll just start with me spending a few minutes experimenting with my materials before I even start on the canvas. But when I do start painting, I paint purely from emotion and intuition. Then I'll step back, take a good look, and try to assess what's happening on the canvas. If I see something I like, then I'll stop and I'll ask more questions. Questions like, what do I want this painting to feel like? What's actually working well here already? And what might I need to do to shift the painting just a little bit to get where I want to go? So this is a really big subject. And as I've already mentioned, this is something that we work a lot on during the live sessions in my course. There are so many questions that you can ask yourself when you understand the visual language of art. And that knowledge becomes a powerful part of your toolbox. So if I don't see something that I like on the canvas, I just keep moving back and forth between intuitive painting and assessing even more. Most of the time, I won't move any further than that in one session. I just need to let the painting rest and then I can come back to it again. When I do come back to the painting, sometimes I can finish it really quickly, while other paintings might keep me moving between that intuitive phase and assessment for a while longer before I'm able to catch something that actually slows me down. I think it's more about noticing what you really like about your work and then making a choice to make one next move. One move that guides you a bit closer to that feeling that you're trying to capture. That is, to me, what makes a painting truly yours. It's not just the wild, expressive part. It's the thoughtful choices that you make inside the entire process. So listen closely to this. Because if you've ever thought that experienced artists somehow know how to stop struggling with this stuff, let me tell you, we absolutely don't. I know I don't. There is no magical finish line. You don't get to stop asking questions about your work. You just get more comfortable with the asking. So this whole dance between intuition and composition is not something that you need to fight. It's something that you need to trust and think about as a challenge. Because if you keep showing up and you keep engaging with it, over time, it will become part of your own unique rhythm. So the next time you're standing in front of your painting feeling a bit stuck or unsure, try this. Ask yourself, does this feel how I want it to feel? And if the answer isn't a clear yes, don't overwhelm yourself by trying to fix the whole painting. Just find one single thing that you can do to get yourself a bit closer to where you want to be. That is how your voice really gets stronger. That's how your art becomes more you, and that's the kind of process that I believe in. All right, so let's take a look at this painting because I'm starting to get somewhere with it. So there is a lot of things that I like with this painting. So I have been thinking more and more about my composition. I've been asking these questions. So I know that I love what's going on the left side, but the right side is missing something. So that's why I'm focusing on that side now. And while I was painting that white corner there, I saw these white marks and I really liked them. So I figured that, oh wow, why don't I just kind of bring these forward so that they give something extra to that side of the painting. And by stepping back, I'm able to see that, yeah, I really do like what they're doing for the painting. Another thing I've been looking at is the contrast, and there is lots of contrast in this painting because I have all of these dark areas versus these light areas. But what I didn't have was a more subtle contrast, so that's why I decided to bring in the red Caran d'Ache to just create some more excitement. So as I already mentioned to you guys, this can be a real struggle in the beginning. But as I already told you, it is something that with practice will just become part of who you are when you paint. So it's really, really important to take the time to actually learn these things so that you can create your strongest art. All right, a great way to get started with this is to download my clarity guide. In it, you'll find 6 great questions that you can ask yourself when you start to get to that part of the process. And if you're really ready to transform, I would love for you to apply to intuitive and spontaneous abstracts. The next course starts on August 25th, and you can find the link to both of these things in the description. I'm on vacation at the moment, but I will definitely try to remember to leave the links in the comment section as well. All right, so I really like where this painting is going, but I'm not quite getting that finished vibe from it yet. So I decide that I'm only going to make a few more subtle marks before I set it aside and just let it sit until the next time I feel like working on it. So as usual, I am so grateful that you're here with me and that I'm able to share this information with you. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next time.